Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this video we are going to understand today Leetcode problem. It's little easy, but there is a very good concept to understand how many ways we can solve this problem, and you can have multiple ways to solve this problem. Okay, we'll discuss in this video. The question is saying that a word is considered valid if it contains a minimum 3 characters and it contains only digits 0 to 9, and English letter should be in the upper and lower cases, and also saying it includes at least one vowel, it includes at least one constant, and you are given a string word. We have to return word if word is valid, otherwise return false. Apart from that, we have given the notes, right? We have saying that these are the vowels in upper and their upper cases also, right? These are the vowels and their upper cases, so these are lower cases, and its upper is also vowels, right? So constant is an English letter that is not a vowel, and it's also saying the example one. We have given some examples that we can go through this one, right? We'll understand how to implement this. So let's continue to understand and how many ways we can solve this problem. In this video we are going to understand a multiple concept we have here, right, and multiple operators we have that we are going to see. So what we can do, we'll first understand the basic loop with the flags, and I'll show you how to implement these things, right, and I'll show you the code also and the logic. Okay, so let's continue. So as the question saying that you are given a string word and you have to check whether it's a valid word or not. So a valid word means only if all these conditions are true. What are the conditions are there? The length is at least 3 character and it contains only English letter or digits. No symbols like at the rate, has, and these things should not be there, right? It also should have at least one vowel, a, e, I, o, u, and can be in the uppercase also or in the lowercase. And the fourth condition is that it has at least one constant in any of the letter in the English letter, that we know that this is not a vowel, right? But if any one of the above condition fails, the word is invalid. Okay, so you pause this and understand what are the conditions are there. The first is the letter should be, length should be more than 3 characters, right? And then second is saying that it should be it should contain what contains only English letter digits, no symbols should be there. Okay, and third is saying at least one vowel should be there and one constant should be there, right? And if any condition fails that, it means it's invalid. So for example, let's understand the example one. We have 2 3 4 and it's a address, right? If you observe that at index 0 we are talking about this one, right? So this is at index 0 1 2 3 4 5. So if you'll write the index like this, right, we have these indexes, right, and if you'll put all the character in front of them, right, so at index 0 we are seeing 2, at 1 we have 3, like this. So is this index 0, we have what character is 2, is this a letter or digit? Yes, this is a digit, so we can say is this a vowel or not? It's not vowel. So we'll say, is it constant or not? No, it's not constant. Similarly, we'll check if 3, 4 are there. So it is our digits, and we'll say no vowel, no constant. But we are saying that next what we have is A, and is it's a vowel, right? So what will happen? The vowel said yes. Similarly, we'll check for the D. It's not vowel. This is a constant. So like that, we'll check all the characters in the given string, right? And then we'll check what is the length we have found, right? So length is currently 7 because index 0 to 6 we have gone, right? See, index 0 to 6 means total is size is 7. So what we'll say, the very first condition is saying that its length should be greater than 3. Yeah, means it's valid. Then it's also saying all step 1 is first rules is valid. Then it's saying all characters are letter digits. Yes, so we'll say second condition is true. Then we'll check what are the vowels are there. A, E, and E. Sorry, A and E. A and A in the lower and uppercase is A, and it's a vowel, right? So we'll say condition third is also satisfied. Condition 4 is saying there should be at least one constant, and there is D and S are constant. Means all these four conditions, condition 1, 2, 3, and 4, these conditions are satisfied. It means this is a valid, and we'll say let's return true. Okay, means all the four conditions are satisfied. It means that the given string is a valid. Now understand example 2, where we have a word equal to b equal to 3, means the length is 2. It means it's too short. The very first condition is false, right? Yeah, no need to check further. But if we check the vowels, no vowels is there and no constant is there, so it fails on the length, and the vowel returns, and the vowels, right? So we'll say uh, these two conditions fails, right? So we'll say return false. If you consider this example, right, so in this you can see there is a special character right here after 3, so we'll say it's a contains invalid character, and so we'll return directly false, because uh, if it is has a digit, we have alphabets, sorry, vowels we have, right? If still it has, means it should not have any invalid character, right? And that is why it's a invalid. So what we need to do, if we summarize this, right, what we can say that the length should be greater than equal to 3. All the character should be only letter and digit, not the special characters. At least one vowel should be there like this, a, I, O, U, and at least one constant should be there, right? So what is our intuition? Our intuition is, let's suppose we have given a word, right, and we need to check if it's valid based on the four conditions, right? So we must check what the length. We have to validate the all characters or letter or digit. We'll also look at the at least one vowel should be there and at least one constant should be there. If all these four conditions met, means we'll say if any of these fails, we'll return false, right? So in the very first step, what we should do, we'll check the length. We'll say word dot length, and we'll check is this length is less than 3. If it satisfy the condition, it means it's not a valid string. To check further, just return false. Can we say that? The very first step we'll do. The next step, what we'll say, we'll initialize some flag, has vowel and has constant. These two conditions should be met, right? And so we will keep these two boolean flags, and we'll say has vowel, right? So we'll check the has vowel function, has vowel, and we'll check if it is a true, means there is at least one vowel we found, then we will return as a true. Otherwise we'll return false as we have here. Similarly, we'll go for the constant, and we'll check if any constant is there in the given string, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Then in the next step, we'll loop through the each character, right? So when we will make a loop, let's suppose how, as you can see, for will make and words dot to carry. So very first, the given string is word, and it's a string, so we'll convert into the to carry array, so that we'll get the character array. So one by one character will get here, like ch, right, character array. Now what will happen, we'll check the is this character is letter or digit. If this is letter or digit, then fine. If it is not, so we'll mark it as a not. If it is not letter or digit, we'll return here itself false, and will not do anything else, right? Then if it is letter and digit, means we'll continue further. We'll check this letter. If this is a letter, right, I will say is this a vowel. If it is vowel, we'll mark the vowel that we have previously we have defined this has vowel constant. So what we will do, variable, so this variable will mark as a true. Then in else condition, we'll check in the character, is letter, is it letter, yeah, right? So we'll say as constant, mark with true. Okay, so the very first, what I'm saying, we will make a loop and we'll check if the character is valid, must be letter or digit. This should be must be letter or digit. If it is not, we'll return false. Otherwise we'll continue and we'll find either vowel and constant, right? If it is a letter, means we have to check the vowels. If it is has a constant, we'll check the constant. Okay, so like this we'll go and understand. Now see, the very so all the almost all condition fail, not fail, right? Means we are all good. Then we'll return the result. How we are going to return the result? Just we'll say has vowel and has constant both should be true. If both are true, means condition satisfied, right? Both flags are true. So after this, the loop that finished, after that we will return it. So there should be a helper method that we look for the character is vowel or not. Let's suppose this is a vowel method that will return true or false, right? So what we will do, we'll check is vowel, then we'll say we'll pass a character, right? So we'll check the character, we'll convert into the lowercase, and we'll check whatever the letter will have given in the upper or lowercase, we'll convert into lowercase, and we'll check this condition a, e, I, o, u, all these condition met. Either of these, any one of is matching, means we return true. If not, return false. That is why when we are checking here, we are writing if is vowel. So this method will return true or false for the given current character, and will return true or false, right? Let's suppose the very first character is a, it will go here, right? So we'll convert, we'll check this one, it will return false or not, right? Then we'll go, continue in this one, and then we'll check is vowel, yes, vowel will return. If it is not vowel, let's suppose its character is b, it will not go in this loop, it will automatically come in this loop, right? And it will check is letter, yes, let's say that has constant is true, right? Like this we will check. So our complete solution, if you say, so this is our given string method we have given, right, is valid, where we will get the word. So very first method we will check, steps we will check what, if words dot length is less than 3, means condition it will break here. The very first should be greater than 3, right? So we'll say return false if the word length is there. Otherwise we'll continue, and we'll define has vowel and has constant, right, variables, so that we can check further. Like we will iterate through all the given character, and we'll check here each by each character, right? And we'll check what is this letter or digit, return true or false, right, based on this. If it is not letter or digit, return false here. Then in the next step, what we will do, we'll check the character is vowel. If character is vowel, we'll mark is a vowel, is it true. Otherwise we'll check this is a constant, and so that we'll say is a letter, right? If character is letter, we'll say has constant is true, right? It should not be digit, it should be a letter, right? So we'll say mark it as a constant true. And all of this done, then after this we'll return has and vowel, we'll check both should be there, and we'll return that, right? Means we have checked all the condition. Very first we have checked the length, then we have checked the, it should be vowel and constant, right? And it should not be a special character, correct? So all four condition met, right? And so we are returning this. Okay, this is a helper method where we'll check the character will convert into lowercase, and we'll check all of this. If it is a, e, I, o, u, any of this is there, return a is a vowel, otherwise return false, means this character, this letter is constant. So in this case we are getting the time complexity and space complexity as O of n a time, and space will be O of 1, because when we are going for the converting the character, right, two char array, right? So when we are converting the word in two char array, so how many characters are there? So for all the characters will go for this loop, and so it will become O of n. And if you observe that we are not taking extra spaces anywhere, right, to store the result or variables, right? Variable we can keep, but you are not storing any value, right, anywhere in the calculations. So it will take O of 1 times. Only we are using two flags. So another approach is we can use regular expression with the manual vowels check, right? So this is the approach. Let me know if you want to understand this, right? Similarly, we have this is the code. If you want to try by yourself, you can try. These are the pros and cons. There is a another approach that we can do, count vowels and constant, right? Let me know if you want to understand this one also. Then we have function style using Java. If you are already have a hands on Java 8, right? So this is the approach where we have split the word into a stream, and then we are doing filter and predicates. So this is the pros and cons, right? And if you compare this, so the concept we have understood, basic loop and flags, is a best performance it will give you, right? And it is good for the interview perspective. Okay, so still if you have any doubt, right, and if you want to go with any of these approaches, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. I request you to subscribe this channel and support Expert Funda if you like our content, right? So we'll create better videos for you, and will support your journey in the FANG. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video.